welcome to Blind Luck, the search for Harry Greb's lost fight films. Yes, we are always checking out the great fighters of the past, but also looking at the fighters of the future. And that's what our focus is today on today's show. It should be amazing because we have a young fighter on today's show that has had a lot of great experiences, and he's only 17 years old. So let's get him on right now. Joseph Brown. Joseph, tell us a little bit about this amazing run that you've had. People in social media can recognize your face. Welcome to the show, first of all.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Yeah, my name is Joseph Brown. I'm 17 years old. And as far as my fighting, I started when I was about 6 years old in boxing, and then shortly after in kickboxing and Muay Thai, and all the different types of combat sports. And as an amateur, I retired 67-0 with six national titles and a world title across all the different combat sports. And then now I'm currently a professional boxer, 1-0, signed to Mayweather Promotions.
That's very exciting. The fact that your face has been known on social media about being the undefeated young fighter, but not just a boxer. Of course, you are doing MMA. You trained as a young kid, as you've mentioned, in many different disciplines, and now 1-0 as a professional boxer. Pretty exciting. And of course, the news being you're now training with the Mayweather team and signed with the Money team. Tell us about that.
Yeah, it's amazing. Floyd's been one of my favorite fighters since I started boxing. So to now be signed to Mayweather Promotions and to just have that connection with him, to talk to him and be able to pick up the phone and call him is pretty amazing. My dad became I first started training with Jeff Mayweather is one of my coaches.
Right.
My dad became friends with him, and then I started training with Jeff when I was like 14. And then just from being in the gym, I guess word got around to Floyd, and then we bumped into each other at the gym, and he got to see me work.
Keep going.
Yeah, and not too long later, I got my contract with him. So yeah, that's kind of how everything started.
Yeah, it is exciting because, like, I mean, any young boxer, if you're going to be looking up to anybody, it would be somebody like Floyd Mayweather is probably the best. And Jeff has had such a great career as a young trainer, so they obviously saw something. So tell the people out there your style, what you think, because I'll give the people a little bit of information. I guess you're a junior uh, super middleweight, or what? Tell us your weight class, and then we can figure it out. It's 154? Sorry, there's a connection problem here, obviously. So Joseph's had a little bit of an issue with that, but we will fill him in before he gets in. Gets back to us. He is a junior middleweight, 154 pounder, and these are the nice things about his statistics that we know. He's 6'2" at 17 years old. So I think that his quality of ability obviously can shine through if somebody like Floyd Mayweather. We're still trying to get Joseph on the broadcast here, and I think he's back with us now. But if you have somebody of Floyd's ability uh, and eye to be able to see somebody of Joseph's caliber, and we're just giving the people out there, Joseph, as you're getting more connected, your stats. You're 6'2" and 17 at 154 pounds. Am I correct in that?
Yeah, correct.
Yeah. So with the size that you are,
Correct,
tell
yeah.
us a little bit about your style. Who do you mimic your
I say my
style if you or
my style's made up of like a few different fighters. Definitely like Floyd being one of them, and I like to use my footwork a lot. So I get compared to people like Muhammad Ali or Sugar Ray Leonard. I say my style is very defensive. I don't get hit that much, and I'm more of like a boxer puncher. I like to box, but I fight when I need to fight as well.
Sure. And you've sparred with some pretty impressive guys so far in your young boxing career. Tell us a little bit about some of the guys that you've been in recently in Vegas and elsewhere?
Yeah, recently I've been able to spar with a lot of good upcoming prospects. Fernando Vargas Jr. He's a French guy that's ranked top 10 in the world right now. I think at 154 as well. His name is Bakari Samake.
Okay, yeah.
I've also gotten a chance to work with John Ennis and Chris Eubanks. Um, someone I work with a lot, his name's Chan Thompson. He's ranked seventh in the world right now at lightweight. So I've been able to get around some great people and get good experience in.
Now, you mentioned the last gentleman who was a lightweight, so he's a lot lighter than you. How important is
Mm.
that to keep your twitch skills improving? Because you're a lot bigger than he is, and now you're chasing him down. Is that important?
Yeah, it's important. And then me and him are good friends, so we work with each other. We're not in there trying to kill each other, but I think it's good to you have to switch up your sparring with people with different sizes. Like sometimes I spar people like that, or sometimes I'll even get in there with heavyweights. You know what I mean? Just to change it up a little bit. And definitely sparring with lighter guys, they're gonna be a lot quicker than people at my weight. So it helps me in that aspect of it.
What other things that you get from other fight disciplines, MMA or Muay Thai, that you would bring to boxing? Is there anything that you actually can bring? Uh, some of the qualities that you bring to boxing.
Well, definitely being in all the other different things like kickboxing when you're getting kicked in the face, I don't have to worry about that in boxing at all. So I'm gonna be able to if I can take kicks, I'll be able to take punches. I think the
So
biggest
let's
thing is what's helped me in all the other combat sports is my distance as well. Sorry.
sure. No, it helps, right? Because you're 6'2", you have to use the size that you've been given. And like you said, if you're a
Yeah.
defensive style fighter, that's fantastic for your longevity in the sport, right?
Yeah. Yeah. Very important.
Yeah, it's hit and not get hit, and that's probably why Floyd Mayweather's such a big fan of yours,
Yeah. Yeah. That's the name of the game.
for sure. Now let's talk a little bit about. I know you had your first fight already. Um, didn't last very long. So, like most prospects out there, you're learning as you go, and you only had a limited amount of amateur experience. So, tell us a little bit about what you see and what Mayweather's future is for the next year or so for your career.
Um. Well, he definitely plans on keeping me active. It's a goal for me as well. I just want to as active as possible while I'm young and with no injuries or nothing's wrong with me. Why not hop in there again just to build up my record and get the experience in. So for the next like first little bit of my career, I should be pretty active.
Cool. Any plans on fight number two by chance?
Working on a fight on March 16th in Mexico, so that's probably gonna be my next one.
Right. Nice. Okay, great. Okay, that's good to know. Now, your first fight, where was that held?
My first fight was actually in Colombia.
In Colombia. Okay. So you're probably are you taking the like Devin Haney did the same thing and he fought because of his age. Are you doing the same thing? Is that the because of the fact that you're 17 years old, you're fighting outside of America? Is that
Well, playing it by ear, definitely like later this year I'll be fighting on a couple big cards in the U.S. But it's just hard. It's hard because only certain states actually allow you to fight under the age
Right.
at at the age of 17.
Right.
So it's, you know what I mean? It is hard. That's why we just figured South America would be like an easier route for now until Floyd puts me on those bigger cards later.
Sure, that makes sense. When do you turn 18? Just out of curiosity,
October.
I should. October, nice, cool. Okay, well, listen. How much do you know about? Like, I know that you're very focused on your career, and how much do you know about the past history of boxing?
I know a little bit. I do, I do a little bit of research, so I know a
Okay,
tiny bit.
okay, cool. So we're just gonna end this real quickly. I've got a friend over here. Let's see if we can get that. See, I don't know if do you even recognize who this guy is?
Henry Armstrong?
Yeah, nice try. No, it's
Hmm,
John L. Sullivan, and we took
John
off his
Sullivan. Okay.
top. Yeah. So now we just have his bottom. There you go. Here you go. And it's got a little note in here. We'll take it out. See if we can get it. And it's a question. Okay. Okay. It's a heavyweight question. Who would win between Jack Johnson and Tyson Fury? Ooh. So you just your
Jack
thoughts.
Johnson. I
Jack
think
Johnson
Jack
would
Johnson.
beat. Yeah.
Yeah. I think yeah, heavyweights back then were a lot tougher and stuff like that. You know, and um Jack Johnson was amazing. I think Tyson Fury is great too, but I think a lot of his greatness just comes from his size because he's just so big.
Right.
But yeah, I think Jack Johnson got that.
I agree. I think that Jack Johnson is one of the greatest heavyweights of all time, bar none. So it's great that
Yeah,
you know who Jack Johnson is and you know a
yeah, of
little bit
course.
about him. So that's pretty cool because obviously you know a little bit about the sport and thank you for being here. I really appreciate it. I know your time is limited tonight and you've been training all day and you probably want to get some food. So I want to thank you, your parents. Well, before I go, I'm just going to ask you, how important is your family in this journey? Because I know you're just a kid and you got a family behind you. Tell us about that.
My family is very important. They're everything to me. It's one of the reasons why, they're one of my motivations. You know, keep pushing through while I'm boxing. You know, I just had one of my longest trips away from them. I was in Vegas for like almost 6 weeks. So I think that's the longest. Yeah, I think that's the longest I've been away from them. So yeah, I miss them a lot. So like I said before, they're one of like my biggest motivations to keep pushing through everything.
For sure. That's awesome. That's awesome. Because you're a young kid and you've got great talent. Everyone is seeing that. Floyd Mayweather of all people has seen that. So when you're
Yeah.
at that level, keep your head up and make sure that you eat your Wheaties and keep learning more about the sport because we need kids like you, especially with the Canadian connection. We're holding on to you, buddy, and we're watching you. So that's awesome. So good luck in the future. Can't wait for your second fight.
Thank you. Thank you.
Okay,
Appreciate it.
talk to you soon, brother.
Yeah.
Thanks a lot. Okay, that is, whew, what an amazing young talent. Can't wait to see what happens in the future for this guy. He knows who Jack Johnson is and loves him, as we all should. And we want you to like and subscribe because you know what? We're not the only ones that love the sport of boxing. We know you're out there. We have a lot of fans out there. We really appreciate Lee Gormley, a guy from England who is also a young fighter. Thanks a lot for all the thumbs up. So any comments you have, we'd really, really appreciate it as we go forward. So there you have it. One of the best young boxers in the world signed with Floyd Mayweather. You know he's great. And he's a junior middleweight. He's going to be a middleweight soon. And geez, I wonder how he would do against the great Harry Greb. Never know. He certainly is on his way. 1-0 as a pro, waiting for number 2. Okay, we'll talk soon. And thank you for supporting our channel, Blind Luck, the search for Harry Greb's lost film.